Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check. That can't happen. Katie. Volume. Thank you.
Back middle, back left, back left, back left, back left, mid left, mid left, mid left, mid left, mid left, side to left.
Shit. Yeah, I'm playing real slow with these automatics now.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I'm not going past my spawn.
I'm going Superstore, see me there.
Ooh, I'm in trouble. Be there, was anybody there?
I don't hear anybody right now, but sure I'll die soon enough.
Toasted in the air.
This doesn't even look hit to half full. Really?
Gunshot, out here something.
device. Something's wrong in the desk.
Gas is closing in. We need to exfil now.
Yo, this a war zone, homie. Say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back with a swat and clap. I'm laughing fair. I be falling through the mud with a vision saw clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep. Make them fear me. This a war zone. Crashed up, trap house, nothing unforgiving. Yeah, every day's a blessing. Thank the Lord how I'm living. See me riding with my top down. I'm cross round, hey, pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another night of Ammo League action. I am your host, ZetaFly here, and tonight we should be expecting some fireworks as the two highest scoring teams face off as the 7-0 Crusaders take on the 5-2 Rico'S Roughnecks. Now, without further ado, we're going to go right into the action, but first we're going to look at the league rules. Again, Ammo League, it's a home for your competitive gaming leagues, and this is the point race format. Teams will have 90 minutes to collect the highest point total across 3 games. Now, those 3 games are going to be very explosive just by seeing what these two teams have been able to do this far. And here's how the points look as we go. Each elimination worth 1 point, and that top 20 placement is where the points start to add up. Now, as you get up that leaderboard and up that ladder, you reach ultimately that top 20, that top victory points of 25, and a lot of teams being able to do that. Of course, Rico'S Roughnecks the first to accomplish 3 wins in 1 night. So we'll hopefully see a little bit more of that this far. Here is the standings to this point. The Crusaders, of course, the only team still unbeaten in Ammo League play. Vienna Sausages lost to Team Pup and Suds last week, followed by Cutthroat, who beat Roughnecks earlier this season, and of course, Roughnecks sitting at 4th right now. However, without further ado, we're going to go right into the action here, going right to Rico'S Roughnecks here, and team captain Mathiasen or Winston. And you're going to be, if you want to see their team on their own, you can go to their page. That is WINSTUD10. He is joined by his 2 teammates, Bull and Cafe. Mathiasen and Bull both currently on the MVP watch list.
I say we go.
One of the many teams that have several players on that watch list to this point. We're going to try to turn them up just a little bit. Again, please let us know how the volume is on your side. Hopefully everything is good and working well for all of you.
Oh, bigger our balls.
General, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Team Ruckman's probably here.
Me up top.
Alright.
Wait a second on that bounty.
I didn't get it.
As the Roughnecks landing a little bit softer than usual here, going towards the farmland, when I know for a fact that their most popular landing spot is the military base. I wonder why they're going away from that here, possibly just because the circle played into that favor. But expect a few military drops as they were the first team, a record-setting feat here, being able to land 3 victories in 1 night. So all 3 scores in their last match against Earth of Foxes was able to put up 3 wins, a 40, a 47, and a 44, leading to their total score of 131, the highest to this point.
I have no ammo.
What was the highest to this point before that, you ask? Well, that was held by the team they're facing tonight, the Crusaders, who held the top 4 scores to that point. A 121, a 119, 117, and 116. Let's see if the Roughnecks can duplicate that. and have another good night ahead. As we watch here, okay, if you are wondering what team you're watching, you can know this by looking into the top right corner, as we have the Rico'S Roughnecks logo there for you. Now, if we ever get confused and you ever want to see both, just flip to this screen here. This screen allows on the top, the left side of your screen, that is the Crusaders.
I got a P90
and we will be watching their team captain, Ruck Does Work, as they're in a fight of their own. So we're going to quickly switch on over to their screen and see what they're into, as Ruck Does Work goes and moves through this building. Now, these are the three brothers here. Ruck Does Work. It's Eggy and Get Rucked On. All three players are currently on the MVP watch list, as they have performed at a much higher rate than many of the other teams on a more consistent basis thus far through the season.
I think we ditch that blue move. Do you want to go on top? I'm fine with that. Either way, on top.
Now, at any point tonight, guys, if the volume or anything like that gets a little bit off or it sounds a little bit weird, please let us know. It's very easy to fix, but with each team going off their own stream, sometimes the volume levels can get a little skewed. But we'll be right here with the action all night long. Again, 90 minutes. You can tell how much time is left with that timer on the right side of the screen underneath that logo. As you can see, we're just starting in those 90 minutes here, as the Crusaders are also landing farmland in this first drop. As we're going to switch back over to the Roughnecks, who are in a fight of their own currently.
Yep, shot on me. They just threw something down. Where you at?
As one player is already gulag bound, and 4 more shots hitting.
Second floor. Don't peek.
As Cafe, against the wisdom of team captain Winston, takes a peek and hits a whole bunch. Now they're going to try to figure out how to play this, as they're kind of kitten cornered in this staircase here. They got one down there. Now they're going to peek back down the staircase, as one player is possibly going to rush. Teammate of the Rico'S Roughnecks sent to the gulag returned already.
He dipped that thing. Oh, that's Shawnee running? Okay.
As now they're going to try and find this last player here. Hopefully, going to pinch from both sides here and work the angles. And that player might have left. Oh, there he is right there. Finds him laying down. Not enough. Bang. See you. And we're going to go and continue to watch this action here. Again, both of these teams known for putting up high points in a very quick fashion, not wasting any time or any games. As the teammate is downed up above, now he has to find a way to get up there. However, there's a player probably hanging up there.
Stop running.
As he gets to the gulag.
I guarantee you landed in.
As now 2 out of the 3 players of this Rico'S Roughnecks team's already gulag bound very early in this one. Not exactly the start they wanted. However, those are free eliminations if you can earn them there.
Yeah, we wait to see what Sean does. Right here. Just don't look. Don't let them see you. Like that.
I'm going to try to peek up this ladder here. Not a lot of work to be made up there. He did see a peek of him, so now he has to find a way to get there. So we're going to switch back over to the Crusaders, who are firing shots from a distance, kind of rush this house now. Team wipe on their screen. We're able to switch over in the nick of time to see them finish off that squad.
What? Oh, I didn't need.
As now they're able to kind of pick everything up. It looks like they rezzed the player there, possibly brought that player down with them. And now they'll get up on the rooftop just inside a port. And now they're going to try to find more players using that ocean sniper.
Let's see where the circle goes before we jump.
Now that's something you will want to watch throughout the night. Both of these teams superb with this sniper rifle in hand.
We're about to get a. We should stay over here for the free loadout instead of having to fight for it.
Both these teams able to stay at a distance, shooting proximity from a precision airstrike from range. Throws another one. He has to stay back though. He's a little bit too close to that action there. Might get hit by it. Cluster strike now incoming on him. He gets down in open space. A little bit too close to the action. As a team wipe happens, however, they're going to be able to revive him. You could tell he got a little too close for comfort there.
Do not.
However, no serious damage done as he gets revived. He will go back inside and throw on some sappies and put himself back to full health as we got some more shots ringing out on the Rico'S Roughnecks side. A lot of early action here.
Get inside, get inside, get inside, get inside.
All three back, so we can assume that another gulag was won.
I'm with you, I'm right behind you.
Down one, down one, down one, down one.
Where at?
As another player is down.
It's over on me, over
They're
on me.
working this building very well in the port.
Ladder, ladder, ladder.
Gotta try and stay together here on the ladder again. They find another one on the bottom of the ladder. That is another team wipe. Well, I hope you didn't get settled too soon, folks, because this one is definitely gonna be high impact and high energy all night long, as both these teams finding in a high amount of kills early in this one. Both of these teams, however, very good at staying alive throughout the match, bringing out a bunch of placement points. Again, the placement points don't come until top 20, but they raise in a hurry. As if you reach that top 4, you'll see teams play a little bit closer to the chest, making sure that they get those top 4 points, and then after that, it's +5 every bit along the way. There's another fight taking place in farmland on top of the Crusaders as they try to push towards this loadout crate.
Nothing on box. He's a moron.
As Rico'S gets his sniper class, as we spoke of before.
Hey, Sean, there's a sniper here if you want it.
Now, both these teams landing farmland, which is not the usual landing spot for either of these teams. The Crusaders very common at landing at the dam and playing on the outskirts, keeping that high ground and using that sniper ability to their best benefit. And of course, Rico'S Roughnecks, known for their military drops, getting a high amount of kills early and then waiting out the circle and planning out that end game in a very nice fashion. However, both these teams
Yeah, we should stay right
a
on
little
the right, too.
away from the usual landing at the farmland and not missing any action in the least. Ruck should probably raise that
I'd rather
camera
get
up
over
so
there,
it
but
looks
we
like
can't
he
get in. We
is
can't
the
just keep going
Crusader
right.
itself.
Can't
However,
bump us up.
he switched sides, possibly to get away from the
On the ground?
second team stream on the left-hand side, but you can't escape the cover-up for
What's our
sure.
kill count at?
Let me check them real quick.
Nice.
Now, one thing you also see is these teams effectively using the Grau, as the Grau has kind of swept through this war zone landscape and has become almost the norm. Very few players using other assault rifles. It'll be interesting to see if any of them do. Several players do use some, like the M13, M4. However, you'll see the Grau in heavy use tonight.
Be on heartbeat. Fox has not been hit yet.
Now, if you have any interest in watching some other action throughout the night, at 8 o'clock, Team Cutthroat takes on the Grumpy Pickles, as Team Cutthroat looks to try and stay up to par with Rico'S Roughnecks, both sitting at 5-2 thus far. And the Grumpy Pickles currently in that 8th spot. That would be the last playoff spot at 3-4, hopefully moving to 500 after tonight. At 10 p.m., the Sharpshooters take on Team Pup and Suds. As you can see, their team captain, General McCarth, in the chat tonight, as they look to continue their ways as they upset Vienna Sausages, giving them their first loss just last match. Sharpshooters looking to get back on top after a rough performance last match, only putting up 24 points, but have been known to put up higher points. Let's see if they can do that tonight. And rounding out the night, Team Hypernova, another team on the rise who have faced some very high point totals against them. look to put up another good night of their own as they face the 1-6 Cowboys, who continue to struggle and looking to get their footing as the halfway point is passed and kind of getting to that last third of the Ammo League season.
Hey, I say we go, what you said, Rob, now. We just go through stadium side.
Hey, how did you get over there?
Yeah, you guys move, I'm looking, you guys move.
Alright, I'm gonna take it.
We got lucky and he looked away right before and he's gone now.
And a snipe off on the hill. Then we're going to switch back over to the Rico'S Roughnecks as
Dude, I'm fucking so
they are right around the stadium now. As the heavy action early on in this one has now found itself at a screeching halt as both these teams now trying to find a little bit of better placement here.
Hit my UAV or hold it.
However, still looking for the sniper to come in handy early on.
Hey, UAV on me. Smoke. Yeah, well.
Well, let's go see if we can get some strikes on him. Oh,
All these teams are now placing snipes as Ruchta's work gets a little bit more there. See if we can find a few more as they fire upon the police station. Now this is playing to their strengths here. High ground, using the hill as their cover, and firing down upon them as another down comes in. But one player is down for the Crusaders, rather. As one brother looks over the other brother, trying to get to him.
I'm just gonna mark some shit on the map. Winston, can you mark a few as well? Your quarry in that, just to see when I catch one.
Climbing the hill, trying to get back up to that high ground. Keeping their back to the edge of the storm.
Someone buy. Oh, Sean, you have enough to buy. Yes. Rob, drop them. I don't have 500. Wait.
Yeah, I think we pick it up. Go ahead. Drop your 500.
There's two of them.
As another down happens here, now they're going to try to look deep into that one. First shot missing the snipe on a player on the police station roof.
Yeah, I do as well. I was down in near stadium, like those houses around stadium area. We're getting up to this weird ass.
Left side could be hard here, yeah. I mean, be surprised if you were there, but I agree. Keep an eye out.
Moving up to blue.
Yeah, none of my shit's been hit over there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. None of them.
He's going to buy a back.
Contact.
Damn, we got somebody's got to try and push up
Where
here.
are these dudes when at fire station? Oh, I see him. He's on the roof again, Mike.
And there we are, the communication right there, trying to make sure that we get a good view of this player on the rooftop, as they want to get these eliminations here with the sniper rifle. Another player down. That is Eggy, one of the top players in the league, and that's a snipe right there. That's a down. He's going to try to get that finish here. Not able to get it as the player drops back inside. However, they're going to res that player. This is one of their benefits of their strategy because they never get really close to a team. If a player gets sniped from afar, they're able to revive that teammate and continue their ways among this hill.
Oh, I hit him once. He's going to get me, though.
More shots on the other end as Roughnecks player Winston goes down. He gets finished, and he is the only player that has not been sent to the Gulag yet. So here we are. We're going to get our first Gulag action of the night. Brought to you by the Rico'S Roughnecks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Winston's got gulag. We gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm in Gulag. Just wait. I'm in the next, or I have 2 rounds, so.
So we're gonna wait for him to get into Gulag play.
Yeah, you can fall down the stairs if you're down. It's stupid.
But you can't
As he's getting ready to get in right now, but he's the next fight up.
Like, that's just dumb shit.
Oh, I got you still in the police station.
Both these teams in that top 20 situation.
No, I thought about that as well.
Lord,
That guy wrecked
you
Winston.
know dang well if I get stuck in there.
And I'm in comms.
Here we are.
John.
Moving to the left-hand side now with the MP5 in hand, peeking to the back spawn area, throwing a tactical across. Now he's moving into that area that he was peeking before. Bang, bang. See it. Going back to play, and here we are. Going back. Both teams now at full strength. We're going to continue watching both teams now as the Crusaders stay on that hill on the outskirts of the map, holding that position firmly. Another sniper ringing out, not hitting.
No, I have a doo-doo growl. Like, it's not mine.
No, he's in these guys right here.
AK-47, bunch of shit. Unless this guy had a good one.
This guy has a different growl I'll use.
Yeah, gas mask over here.
Gas mask on me.
Bunch of shit.
As both them making sure they get all the things they need to be ready for this late game push here. As we are approaching that top 15 situation for the Roughnecks. I'm going to switch back over to Crusaders here as they're approaching that top 10 just a little bit ahead of the Roughnecks in their match. Peeking over the crest of this hill.
This late. Everybody has ghosts.
Not seeing much, so they're going to continue to work the edge of this map.
So they're gonna rotate in. Those guys on blue are gonna rotate in.
We're gonna get along the bottom.
Yeah, I see him.
Different guys on TV
So-
stations.
So 13 teams out there other than them 2 and us.
Gotta get to, yeah, definitely gotta get to.
Let's see if I can get a pot shot on
Yeah, I got a sniper as well if you want to try to double it.
Those guys that were fighting at fire
As
stations
all you hear right now is sniper shots from both teams. This is the style that they both prefer to play.
go up to this over
As
here.
this circle has
Yeah, I'd
really
rather go
played
And get
to the
close.
position of the Crusaders as they've sat on this ridge line the entire game and has somehow found themselves dead center of it as all these teams have to move to them.
I'll get on with.
Was that a white?
Marking, I'm marking.
They're
Here,
rotating
one's
very
on top.
late here. They're rotating very
Yeah,
late.
they're it's 2 separate guys. Yeah, I see them right there.
I can watch over you. But push something
There's guys over there.
Jump in. They're pushing. I hit one hard.
Down one, down one, down one. Get a
As
first
another
one.
down on the Roughneck side.
Got him.
And a snipe again from Winston.
Guys on my red markers over
Knocks
here.
that down. Team wipe on their end as well.
Two guys at least. Mark them. 2 of them.
We're going to try and stay with both of this action here.
Yep, triangle blue building, triangle blue building.
They coming our way, Sean, or going low?
They're right here.
Now we're in a top 10 situation with the Crusaders.
I got a third right there. Reloading, I
Dead,
can't
dead,
get
dead.
Another
Got him, got him.
finished
Guys in yellow,
on the
guys in
Roughneck
yellow.
side.
Get inside the circle. Get inside the circle.
This is kind of the start we were looking for tonight, folks. Gulag is now closed for the Crusaders, none of them making that trip.
I have to be careful.
No, he's team wipe.
Okay, does he have a gas mask?
I don't know.
So was a guy up here.
As now they'll have to leave that edge. As we'll switch back over to the Roughnecks as they start to slide into the circle here. Not yet in that top 10 scenario, but coming close. A little bit more money on them here.
Want to push up here? High side?
15 right now. 15 right now. 15
Heartbeat real
kills.
quick.
As 14 kills for the Crusaders, 15 for the Roughnecks, both at similar stages in their first games of the night.
Yo. Just remember, we're at 11 right now. Play slower. Calm down.
We're going to switch over and they're going to stay with the Roughnecks for a little bit here, just to see if they're going to connect on a few eliminations here. Snipe from afar, missed, just ducked under it.
Two of them.
As they seem to be fighting on their own.
Further out, you're right in the middle of the-
Where are you fucking going, Winston?
got 2 smokes. Let me know when you want to throw them so we can.
As
Oh, I
he's
saw Jake
just
sniping
missing
a second
over
right
the
now.
top of that player.
Through the building.
We're going to switch back over to the Crusaders, who we find one player. Ruck does work on the ground, trying to figure out a way to get out of there. Another kill for Eggy. As a precision airstrike just misses the down, Ruck does work. As another player down there, get rucked on, going down. As one brother tries to revive the other, going back to 2-man here. Now they do. Gonna have to throw on some sappies here. As get rucked on is finished. His trip is over. Growl ringing out. That's a team wipe there. As Eggy gets down on the other side, going to try to crawl to him and try to revive him. Now they're on the edge of the circle here. Top 4 situation.
I think I got some armor plates on my body.
Trying to climb on the edge of this circle again. Moving back, picking up some extra sappies. Trying to keep that high ground. He's running with both the Grau and an M4 now. Very interesting setup for this player. Smaller circle, no need for the sniper, I suppose. As they see a player down behind the rocks, they're going to try and push down to him. Down to 3 teams now, 8 players remaining. Them 2 and possibly 2 teams of 3. 1 player eliminated. Now another player moving up the hill. That's a very tough push for that team, and I think they have great position to keep them down there. As they're going to continue to peek down this hill.
Was there a kill streak behind you? There's just a gas mask. Stay up top, yeah. Snake.
As both these teams finding themselves in a tough situation towards the end here. We're going to stick with this one, and we're going to quickly switch back over the Roughnecks as soon as this one concludes. Shots from the left-hand side now, coming off the ridge side. He has to drop behind the rocks now. Downs 1, throws out a stun, trying to move up the hill, getting closer to him. He gets hit from the further out team. A few shots from the ground. Eggy gets down, and he goes down 2. And that is enough of that team, the M13 proving to be detrimental to their health. A 3rd place finish with a few kills as well. We're going to switch over to the Roughnecks to watch them finish out their match, and we'll get the point total in from the Crusaders momentarily. We are a top 3 situation as they crawl up the hill. Very small circle here. Cluster coming right on top of them as a shot hits right there. Winston hits a big snipe from distance and gets the elimination.
One back here, jumping over the wall.
Calm down, Sean. We got circle right here. Bull, we got circle right
We
here.
got the circle right now. All 3 players still remaining for the Roughnecks here. Trying to peek the back left side.
I'm coming back to Sean.
Shots now ringing out. Another elimination. That's the win. That's 4 consecutive wins for the Roughnecks in their 2 matches.
Let's get it, fellas. I had
Oh
no idea there was
boy.
less left.
We're going to be in for a good one here tonight. As the Roughnecks able to put together a huge point total in this first one. That might give them a little bit of breathing room just to start this one off. We're going to see how this point total.
11, 16 kills plus 25.
They're saying 16 eliminations and the 25 on top of that. We're going to see if that stands. We're going to count up the kills momentarily. As we know, the first place is worth 25 points, so we're just seeing how many eliminations they had in this one.
Good shit, you two.
Nate at 16, so that is a total of 41
Are you good?
in their first match of the day. That is
Yeah, I was out of it. At
an
the start of that
incredible
game.
feat for this team, being able to do that very early. As now we wait for both teams to kind of get started. As we're going to watch
Then Rob got mad at me and
some
he
highlights
snapped
here.
Back into it.
over here and try to make sure we stay with the action throughout the night here, as we're going to try and get this point total together for you guys. As we're going to take a quick break as both of these games get underway, and we're going to go to our ammo showcase here. Hope you enjoy. We'll be right back after these. Does. Oh boy, what a tactical decision that was. Good. There, he gets another one. He gets eliminated. Who else is next? Pushing, holds his plate strong. Another player coming through the window. I see the white plate, sir. Cluster strike, gonna have that now ring out on him. Trying to get over the hill. That's another elimination. That's another down along the ridge side. Multiple kills. That's a win. 25. That might be the high. That's 20. All right, and welcome back to the action here, folks, as we get back into gameplay here, as both the Crusaders and the Roughnecks on a similar timeline here, as the first game proving very beneficial for both teams, as the Roughnecks getting their 4th consecutive win, as they had all 3 last match and start off this one with a bang, a 16-kill win of their own, putting them at 41. The Crusaders dying in 3rd place, so they get 15 points for that 3rd place finish by having 18 eliminations of their own, 6 apiece. So here we are. Now we're on familiar ground. Both teams landing farmland first, and now military in this second one. Here we go. This is the homeland for both of these teams, or rather, homeland for the Roughnecks and many of the other teams. The Crusaders still have not gone to their one spot as they normally land the dam. Possibly looking for higher point totals here to try to stay on path with this Roughnecks team. Playing very hot right now.
Yeah, there's guys down here somewhere.
Edge of tent. One's close there, on the edge of the tent here.
This is hit up here, this is hit.
Somebody was right here on marker. Here? One shot, just thirsty for me, thank you.
And that's an early elimination on the Roughnecks side. More shots ringing out for both of these teams here. We're going to try and catch all the action we can here, but most of these teams getting heavily into the action early as more shots ringing out. That's the LMG elimination from the top side. That'll do, folks. That'll do.
Stay up, high ground.
Okay, fine.
I need it.
Rotate back up.
Anybody have triangles?
Yeah, I need SMG ammo. I have 1 extra.
And getting shot from the backside now.
Air traffic control deep.
Trying to take a peek, but doesn't have any sappies to throw on himself. He's going to have to try to find some more going through the top side of the military base. Able to find one, so we'll put that on. He has another chest. He'll put 2 on, so that'll put him at a decent advantage now.
Just high ground. Just get high ground, I think, right?
As you can hear them talking about the high ground situation here. Anakin would be proud.
All right.
2 star. Great, I need SMG ammo desperately. Okay. 39 shots.
Hey, I'm moving
They're
this way.
shooting,
Ellie. I need P90 ammo too. Hide behind us?
That's me.
Car 98 now, taking some
Coming.
pop shots on top.
Love that.
There's possibly some more coming back in his direction.
That was in the bunker.
He's going to continue to move around to the right-hand side.
SMG ammo.
I can drop you SMG, bro. I have 30 to drop you, and
Still have
I'll
39
have.
bullets.
I only have.
I can
I only
drop
have
AR for
60.
days.
Some more technical difficulties on Winston's side, so we're going to switch back over to the Crusaders. Hopefully their connection is a little bit better. And the bounty is averted. A little bit of money coming in their way. As two very separate landings at the military base, as the Roughnecks a little bit softer. I'm sorry, a little bit harder on their landing here, as they were able to get into early fights. The Crusaders able to just kind of loot up the area, get the
Go get these dudes.
weapons they want and their loadout, and they're good to go.
Can we just get dropped behind
Yo,
him?
Sean, come get a UAV
Yes,
and let's
yes.
fucking push these dudes. Let's go. You got 9 grand. We're lagging right now. Drop me some money and 200 bucks, and I'll buy a cluster.
Oh, we're getting pushed from northwest.
Who's got?
We're going to switch back to the Roughnecks as they have
Got
their
cluster.
stream under
Yeah,
control
I
here.
got cluster if they come.
Car coming up. Car coming up.
Jesus. The warehouse is out there. Obviously, there's a lot of fucking teams
Back
here.
up,
boys.
back up.
Just back up,
Uave
Johnny.
in progress.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got that. They've got their. They're getting recons in the helicopter.
There's dudes to our right we could go
They're in a car
push.
now, they're in a truck.
There's dudes right there.
These guys are up the hill here. Oh, those guys are getting. These guys are getting coming out with the. They have the card. These guys are card right here. They're getting card.
Two teams paintball.
Yeah. Hey, Rob.
Really spread. Rob, you're
Rob,
really
get back, bro. Come back to us.
I'm not. Okay.
You're nowhere near us.
Need to figure out
There's
what we're
dudes
doing.
here.
We have no more
Hey,
UAVs.
falling in, Sean, if we want to hit
There's a
that
guy-
dude.
There's a team. There's a team.
A few pop shots from a distance.
Marius, Forestry has come all the way around here paintball.
Like 3 teams down there. I'm fine
Yes,
with that, but like.
we can. We just got. I think you should come to
And
me.
then we have a team behind us. We have a team behind us in this bunker.
Which bunker?
Bunker right where I marked. Green mark. There's a whole team in there.
Yeah, we should go wait for their ass.
I just.
Right here.
Yeah, they're pushing down too.
Got one. They got one. Oh. Dude sniping behind
They're
us
able to
as
get the
well.
eliminations there. A guy off
Put
in the
my cluster
distance.
down.
Going to throw a cluster right on top of that player alongside the hill.
Left side over here. Left side.
Jay Wood, I appreciate the compliment, my brother.
It's gonna be coming straight on us. from
Precision
left to right.
airstrike coming on, so they're going to try to move to the left-hand side here, kind of split as he gets a lot of shots off on the player in distance, but can't knock him down. Got a lot off him.
One shot.
As he's going to try to hide behind this little crest here. Possibly player running up on him to finish. However, his teammates are going to have to come to his aid and hopefully
Yeah, he's
provide a
laying
little
down
bit of
over there, dude.
relief, and can't do it. Another player down here.
Heal for sure by now. 2 of them Rob for sure. Yeah, that place was pretty hot.
I mean,
Win the gulags.
And here we
We're
go,
good if we win these
gulag
gulags.
situation yet again.
No, that was a fine drop. It was fine for us. We just
These Roughnecks were able to go 3 for
Yeah,
3
we
in their
had to take one of
gulags
those fights,
last
unfortunately
game,
we lost it.
which ultimately led to their 4th consecutive win.
Otherwise, they were gonna push behind us that whole time.
Both players that went down in this
Sucks is
Roughnecks
we-
team are
we
both
had
in the
them.
same gulag, so you're going to hear some
We
team
lost
calls, so we'll make sure to listen in on those.
I don't even think I got my kill
The
for
communication of this Roughnecks team is something to marvel over for
right
sure.
call-outs.
Right. Still right. He might be your side spawn. I can't see him anywhere. He's right side spawn.
Nah, he's on my side, dude. Or on you down
Spawn
there.
right. His spawn. You're right. He's going back. You're left. Spawn left. Spawn left.
Good call,
And
good
there
call.
it is. Great communication there. You could see the
There's
trace
a hang.
that Winston was able to have with the call-outs from his teammate Bull
Six right
from
now.
the
so I
top
think we
row.
stay.
And congratulations, gentlemen. You're going to head back to the game. Hopefully Bull can also win his. And all of them will be flying back
go.
together. And there they go. 3 for 3, folks.
That's like less crowded, Winston, so we can get the
So,
drop in a nice spot.
100%
Yeah.
from the gulag for
Yeah,
these
I think
3
we should
gentlemen
close there
tonight.
as fast as possible.
Yeah, agreed.
As they've
How long
been
we
able
have?
to
Like 40
escape
seconds.
with
if that.
their
Yeah, 15
lives.
seconds. Yeah, they have 15
Switching
seconds.
back over to the Crusaders
full
side
lag.
here.
Damn. bull. It might fall.
Finding themselves in a unfamiliar situation of being behind early in this one,
I will too.
as they have not
We'll
yet
try to fall
trailed
down so you can
throughout
come over a little
Ammo
more.
League play.
I'm pulling my shield. I'm holding the
Again, we want to say thank you for tuning in to the Ammo League tonight,
Released over TV.
as these two teams are some of our heavyweights.
Nice.
And if you are looking for more action throughout tonight,
Yeah,
you should be able to check in as we have games at 8, 10, and 11 o'clock as a helicopter explodes right on top of them. That was probably the easiest elimination you will find.
Guy top of the hill there.
But that'll do, Pig. That'll do.
One-story building here. Nothing to it really.
As for a second time,
Hey,
Crusaders
hey,
able to get two loadouts
There's a rock.
together, playing on the outskirts yet
Do I pick up
again.
rock or shotty bullets?
My red handed.
Yeah, I got
I have
shotgun.
rocket.
As now they're getting closer to their area. They are very comfortable with the
Cool,
dam,
cool. Let's get out of here.
Team on green. Team
as
on
they're going to
green.
actually give up the high ground, as the circle
Gonna fight.
did not play in their favor, as they're going to have to cross across
Our play
the
call right now is
airport,
29
one of the more difficult areas to go through.
Did just lose our
A lot of open ground and a lot of high spots around.
I think we try to get more kills. We only have 9 kills, you
I
said?
agree. I agree. There's 27 teams left. It's a lot of time. We get down to less than 20 teams if we need to start shut.
You can do it here.
We only have 7
Guy
kills.
over right, guy over right.
Oh, she yeah. Only one? Yeah, he did, he did.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, we'll have high ground, so. You can't go up that side.
Right there.
I'll give you a streaming service.
Still right here. Are you guys up top or? Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm down low. Move left. Yep. moving
Some more
up.
shots ringing out for the Roughnecks. We're going to switch over to their action here as they're in a fight of their own. M4 in hand here. Peeking down over as they have high ground yet again. Both these teams utilizing that.
Down them
More
again.
shots behind the ridge.
Don't be a second. No, dropping right
Bang,
now.
bang, winning anything, and continue more down the hill as they all push on the last remaining victim. A car coming over the top of them now. They all jumped out. C4 throwing up. Hits EOD.
It's really hurt. Yo, guys behind him. Guys behind him, I think.
Get out of
They're
here.
going to go off the right side now, trying to get
Switch your
to
count.
equal ground here.
Oh,
Shots from the left-hand side.
To the left.
Will he be able to
Come back
keep
down, come
him
back down,
up?
Ken. They're going to be coming up.
Behind you, behind you, behind you. Keep running, Sean. He's coming up on you.
As
Yeah,
he's finished,
boss.
so they're going to have to buy him back if they want
just
to
murdered
revive
us.
him. As all 3 players
Start another one.
will they get the points in here?
Oh, he didn't take us.
I knew you were about to start recon at it.
As they're going to possibly send that score in.
I was saying it's 41 to 33 right now.
And we're going to go watch them as they get a recon now. So they see some things that we don't normally see from this Crusaders team. One of which being down early, second of which relying more heavily on recons and trying to get their things together, put themselves in a good standing position late into this one. As that hot start for the Roughnecks has now ended a little early, as they had 9 eliminations. However, aren't going to take those points and are going to continue on.
Still says he's low, so he's definitely ground more. Oh, that's literally. Okay, that's it. I might not be it.
Look at that bottom part of the park garage. Let's get it. I gotta push across, right?
Like, see that guy come from the.
As this is a very unfamiliar situation for this Crusaders team, having to work almost all the way across this map, as they've been very fortunate for most of these circles to be in their favor, staying close to them, not having to go so far. However, another recon in the midst for this team. We'll see how they handle these close quarters, as they usually play from distance, as they have a recon right next to them, as well as we only have just about 45 minutes remaining at the halfway point. This is a close one, folks. 41-33 in favor of the Roughnecks. I am Zeta Fly, your host, and I hope you enjoy the action tonight.
I got it to buy one.
As they're going to get their third recon of this game here. As they will try to get some UAVs intact here. As they're all throwing up recons now, so they know the Blackbird effect, knowing where every player on the map is going towards. They have a few players just off behind them, so they're going to try to get good position on them and get a few eliminations, as they have not been able to get a bunch at the beginning of this one.
We have time for it. Oh my gosh.
As they get another recon, we're going to just make the switch and have the Roughnecks in that left-hand side of the screen here.
Yeah, I was on the one, the floor under him. I had fallen down. I hit him with the C4 when I threw it up there.
Continue to watch on.
To get up there. Then he melted me when I went up.
I'm gonna land in here.
I got it. I want to push these two guys.
That might be is the Crusader screen echoing on your end, guys? If it is, just let me know. I think I can fix that pretty quickly. I just want to make sure that is the case. It is echoing on your end. I think it is. So I'll try to make them switch. If that affects it in any way, please let me know. Just want to make sure that this is clean all the way through.
Just get the other flag right there on you.
Where do you see him?
Right on this window.
Hostiles in the area.
There's one right here.
Hostiles in the area.
As here is where they feel more comfortable. Snipes from a distance here. That's the easy one right there. It's a down from distance. Now he's going to throw a cluster on top of that area, hopefully getting one elimination with it.
Know about that.
Let's see if he gets one. That is their bounty target as well.
Oh.
That?
Echo on Crusaders. Is it still there, Cushy?
Oh.
I'm moving.
Oh, there he is. There it is.
Give it like 30 seconds and see if it's still there.
That was about, yeah.
Well
Hit
done.
my Tim's gonna
I'm
run
gonna
back.
buy. Hey, I'm gonna buy a UAV, and then we can all buy a UAV. Let's get another.
Damn, look at what
Yeah, let's get another one.
There's all the
Yo, on me, on me, on me,
Don't
on me.
forget, there was guys pushing in from behind us.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
Can't hit with a
Rob, are you okay?
I got two teams on me.
Yeah, okay, but
Two teams or two people?
Yeah, two people fighting each other.
Friendly UAV overhead.
So it might be their other teams over there fighting. I'm gonna try to get to y'all.
Right here in this little
How
house.
far away was that,
Hey, we
Rob?
should go and just work to these buildings up here.
Put that back to that here. Let me tell me if that works, guys. Is that better or is it worse? Let me know. Thank you.
Got him to the
There's a few
Good
more
now,
teams
so I have to
here.
go back again and fix that one more
They shot
time.
a
So one more
javelin
second.
at me.
Sorry.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. Look out, a javelin just got shot. Just destroyed the
All
heli.
right, there we go. Sorry. And we should be all set now. I had a feeling I could hear it in my headset, so I wanted to make sure that was good on your end.
Rob, you with us?
That's a very easy fix to make, so thank you.
I didn't think that dude was
Down one to the left.
Pushing a little bit. Pushing
thought
a
I
little
was
bit.
gonna push.
He's cracked right here.
He said we're reckless.
There's more fighting going on
Sean, there's two there.
at the military base for the Roughnecks here. We're going to switch back over quickly as they are finding themselves in more fights early. There we are, right on the left-hand side. Shots ringing out. Downs one. He has to reload. Gets the Uzi out. One player down. He gets finished in the spot. Shoots, finish him, but
There's more.
they're going to have more coming down. He has to get inside and reload this gun, as he's going to have a lot of pressure coming at him now, losing one of his teammates. Two-man team, one of them gulag bound early in this one. They find themselves able to escape this one. Put themselves in a very good position as another player going down here.
How many? How many, Rob?
As he's going to have to try and slide in here now. Taking some quick shots now. He's going to move in with the Uzi. It is not reloaded, however. He has to do that quickly. There we are. Here he puts it in a clip. Magazine is full. And his life is gone. So he's going to go and continue to... As the first gulag loss of the night for this Roughnecks team happens there. As one wins, one loses. So out of their 8 gulag appearances thus far, 7 wins, 1 loss. Winston yet to make his 3rd appearance. Gulag is now closed on the other end. So we're going to switch back over to that Crusader side and watch them finish this one out. Top 14 situation.
No, I got the guy that killed you, man. I was in here. I killed him. His team wipe.
They got to hold this edge here. You can see them peeking out above. And that's a lot of players over near that loadout, so you're going to hopefully see some action coming rather soon here. Very difficult building to hold.
Yeah, cancel that. I don't have an AR anymore.
There's guns everywhere. There's guys around us, so they're fighting though, so we should take advantage of this.
As this one down in space, it's a finish for them right there. As we're getting close to that top 10 now. Once we hit that, we will slide on over.
Yeah, I have no idea where they are anyway.
Gives them the full screen without anyone else on it. Hits all shield there, sliding across. Misses there, has to hit before he crosses. Can't seem to hit.
Right here.
And a miss on the elimination there.
You? Oh, I'm getting shot. I'm getting shot as well.
That's an easy one. He missed.
Shit, Shawnee. I'm getting shot too.
And there he goes. He redeems himself, able to get that one there.
Yeah, up on the mount, up on the hill where we usually land, the floor below us. Do you have any armor?
Now they're going to have to try to push over to that team here. Ruck reluctant to go, but there he goes. Dropping down right on time. Player moving around the house.
Coming back from the gulag.
As now he's going to have a 2-on-1 here in the win. Now he's going to have a player right in that side. They have one player up, one player down. Going to have to try to move in. Throwing a stun inside. Team moving now. Lots of shots get one down. Another one upstairs. An easy down for themselves.
I didn't get a team wipe.
No team wipe there. Looking for the last, but that might have been just a res situation. As now they're in the top 10, they're going to have to try to move back towards their circle.
Ethan, you had one run up right behind
and
you.
holding that
How the
edge.
fuck he didn't see you?
Top 10 now. Here we go. We're going to go to their game and their game only. Peeking off to the left-hand side. They're going to have to move more inside of the circle. They've had to move across the map this entire time.
I think it's 19 to get stuck. Hey, to my left, east, 75.
Shots hitting from a distance here.
Oh, okay. You got it.
4 shots up the distance. Now they're playing the low ground, but he gets a big snipe there.
Where they at?
Going to try and get the finish here. There you go. That's an elimination. Trying to take a peek and hits him. Showed off a little bit too much of that right kneecap. And that kneecap is gone. No cap.
I'm crossing over. That man's self-find and you took my kill.
Shit, I was trying to get your kill for you.
Oh, I got a guy right here on the fence. Right here on the wall. Somebody shoot him with me on 3.
3.
Hold on, not ready. 2. Oh, there's 2 of them.
As they have all ringing out shots on the same player, and they're going to move up. They have a lot of open ground to cover here. Going to hopefully do it without getting seen.
Spam your D button. Sometimes it fixes it.
Now they're going to try and get here. Top 7 now.
Right on us.
7 points placement, smoke right in front of them. We're going to have to try and find a little bit of cover.
He's in the airplane 9 minutes.
Hostiles in the area.
I spammed the fuck out that button. Got him, team white.
Another elimination.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Let it get real up close. Yeah, nope, still no.
FFR,
Never mind, the sniper. I got him right here.
Hostiles in the area. Allied cluster strike
How many?
inbound.
Cluster striking it.
Alright, 5 left, 5 left.
Guy right here, guy right here, guy right here. One by himself. He has no shields.
Alright, there we go.
Team white.
4 teams remaining.
Team white, team white.
Another long rotation they have to make in open space here. Can they do it?
Guys over at the store,
Oh,
Not the ideal toss there, but let's see if they get another down. They do. Guys in the storm as well, so they're going to have to move across it.
team white, team white, team white.
This might be in their benefit, as many of these teams are going to be moving to that open space,
It's 3 on 3, 3 on
being
3.
all in the buildings. 3 on 3 here. Shots ringing out from the right-hand side. Now they see it. Clustering.
This is loader 2-0. Good copy. Cluster
Throwing on
strike
shields. Now they're going to have a battle right here. Small circle.
Down 1, down
1 down. Pushing in on the targets. Kill confirmed. Guy in the cubby there gets another one. That's an elimination. One more right below him. He's going to hit out more shots, and that's a win for the Crusaders.
Check your fire.
9, 7, and 6.
And if those numbers stand, that is a 47-point game for the Crusaders. We're going to sit here and wait for those scores to come across here.
That one felt good. That one felt real.
Hey, send me the photos. Oh, you're out.
As I believe that's a 47.
We'll get it here in a second.
Yeah, I'm on the restroom real quick.
As we'll switch back over to the Roughnecks as they move through their area.
Might be running.
And we shall see.
How the fuck are they getting closer?
Are we running towards them?
Check if they're running. Yeah, check if they're running. No, we can't be running towards them.
No, we're one threat.
No, one
Shall
threat.
see
They
if
threw a
they
javelin.
can
They
match
threw a javelin. Be
that
careful.
game here. Both teams putting up major games early on. Just about
So bad at
30
sniping
minutes
right now, it's not
remaining.
funny.
I don't see anybody. Guys left.
Rob's shooting people somewhere.
I cracked
I have
one
no
in the
idea.
woods.
Guy just got knocked.
You did?
Right here on blue marker. I'm hoping he has a selfie. Or his teammates come get him.
And we'll be updating that score momentarily. We're just waiting for the picture to confirm it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
As with this new setup, it's tough to see among over Rico'S Works camera. So we're just going to wait for that picture just to confirm that win. I believe it was a 47.
Reviving. Hit him once.
He's going down. He's going down.
Drop your money.
Right there behind the tree. 2 guys behind that tree.
I down one.
As that will put their score to 80
Kill
confirmed.
Hey, drop your money.
Yeah, there's a guy down in Firehouse. Guy down in Firehouse. Yeah, we got to come back up here and regroup so we don't get pushed from behind.
I know. I'm trying to get this UAV.
As that is the confirmed second score for the Crusaders. As the Roughnecks
I don't
still
think they
only
will
sit
either.
at 1 score thus far.
What happened to that other dude that was over there?
He ran way right.
Oh, okay. That was the dude I saw run Firehouse. Okay. Anybody have money? Oh, it's only 14. Fuck.
As we will stay and watch this Roughnecks team try to loot up and make sure that they're prepared for this late push, as they are already down to top 17 situation themselves. Also playing in that top left-hand corner alongside the dam, as this circle has played into their favor now.
Right here. One shot right there.
More shots ringing out. D. Gulick saying, come on, Roughnecks. A few fans as his match is currently kicking off,
One more.
as he is the captain of the Grumpy Pickle squad.
Chase Shawnee? Gas mask.
Everybody buy
As
plates,
that is a
buy
big
plates.
win right there for the Roughnecks.
Plates on me. No, there's plates all over here. Gas mask.
Okay.
As they now sit
also had some
amongst the
decent
high
guns.
ground.
Alright, I got MP. M7. Oh yeah, I'm chilling. Shit, Sean.
You a freak. Right here.
Here, I can drop. Oh, there's more?
Now the last game they chose not to keep. They had 9 eliminations
Not even
very early,
rendering
but they
for me.
died early, so no placement points to be had. And they chose just to forego that entry
This is
and
a good
continue
spot
on
for
with
me.
their night.
I'm just saying, like, we've been here a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I said we get up in the mountains to the right.
As we approach
You guys can fire out
the
any
30
shots.
minutes
We're high ground.
left mark,
Yeah,
we want to say
hold
thank
that
you for
down.
tuning into Ammo League
Where?
play.
Kind of out on the left here.
As we
You guys
see
got
the
your-
7-0 Crusaders
Okay.
facing off with the
Guys are right as
5-2
well,
Rico'S
coming up the hill.
Roughnecks. This one proving
Let's get this
the
one
fireworks were not going to be a
Alright.
fluke. Don't believe the hype.
Got
This
him
one's
down,
real.
down,
And
down.
there it is. Another down with a sniper. Both these teams
the
effectively
other-
using that
the other
from
one.
range. Another
shot,
player
shot,
seen
shot.
amongst this tree,
Nice, nice, nice.
sliding across it. I believe he was down by a former teammate. Here we go, moving off to the side now.
The buy on orange marker.
You getting shot at, Winston, you said?
No, I'm good.
You guys wanna
There's
rotate
there's
high?
dudes showed up on the radar. You should try to get their hey, drop money and get another
Yeah,
UAV.
I'm going back. Here, drop
Here.
your mine right now.
Here's mine.
2,500 down on my body there.
You should pick it up and bring it up here,
Right,
but
basically straight on me. Yeah, I'll come back and get on the way. I'm just picking up the rest of it.
oh, okay, I gotcha. I'm saying up,
Was
make
there
sure no
another
one's
guy
over
down
here.
or no?
Nah, you're good. I gotta take a sip of my drink,
I got 4,100 myself, so.
and I got a little pee.
Winston, careful. Those guys were close. They were very close.
Had the UAV, hit it. Find another one.
Ooh,
Oh,
Right
guy
close
right
in
here.
the woods here.
there's guys to our right as well, though, so we should be careful because
He's
they're all.
he's skydiving.
These
He's
guys are
skydiving.
right
Yeah,
here.
Let's move right high. Let's
Yeah,
move right
yeah.
and high. Yeah, let's move right and high. Going this way. Orange marker, I like that, yeah.
What kind
This
of guns we
team
got?
knowing
Two
that they
snipers?
need a big one here
We got
to
sniper,
match
he's in the back
what the
corner.
Crusaders
We got
do.
sniper
You
on
can
my
kind of get an
Alright, cool.
idea of the point total you need to come up with to even come close to this team here. Looking to duplicate the match they had last time around against the Foxes. And that's a quick snipe there. Looking for the finish. He gets it early. 2 shots. You're done. Good night. I was going to continue to move on to the title. You can hear them discussing how that was a pretty darn good shot, and he must be pretty upset.
Okay,
I
okay.
agree.
Yeah.
Gotta go high to dam.
Fuck.
High to dam.
There's only 19 people left.
Getting shot at.
Now he's getting shot at, and he's going to try to move back up the hill to stay upon the top of this crest.
I see him. If he pops his head, he's gonna
Two
take a
guys,
bullet
two
to his
guys, two guys.
cranium. One's top attic. Who's blue? Shawnee, heal up before you fucking go
I'm
anywhere.
covered. I'm pushing under behind him. I'm down.
There's guys also, I think, maybe down there.
Hey, don't push us at all. Don't push us at all. We can't go
Back
down
up.
here.
This dude hasn't peeped again because he saw my sniper, I think.
Back. Over
They might try and go buy their buddy back though, so watch the buy for sure.
Look, I'm gonna sit here.
Let's see how they play this situation. They have to move towards them, which is a tough situation here. However, they have one player gone, so they have a
Still attic. I'm
3v2
gonna try to get an angle on attic. We'll
advantage.
just bought back in airport.
Hey, no.
You guys want to just push down on it or no?
No, no, no,
Got
no,
flash
no.
And a C4.
I have 2 C4s.
As he looks
but
to
nah,
get
I
a better
don't-
angle with that sniper.
Problem is the storm's already come. Like gonna be coming so soon.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We need to make a move now.
Why don't we go so they have to rotate in on us?
Yeah. I said we go far left.
And here you go. You can see them
I'm gonna have to-
communication saying they're going to move, try to bypass this team so they can catch him and hopefully
That
turn the
top window's
tables
broken,
on
right?
them.
Back window.
Yeah. I'm looking in it right now, trying to see if he's gonna.
Winston, stay there, look at the window, make
Cover me.
sure he doesn't
Cover me.
peek on
Yeah,
us.
I'm moving, I'm moving.
Yeah, he just
They'll
got.
get a
He
little
just
ahead
threw
of us.
something up there.
As he might have downed himself as a player, may have made an error in there.
Alright.
Cover up, thank you.
As they're going to
Yep.
continue to move
Crack
down
the
now.
top floor.
As now they're ringing out shots as now they have
There's still 2
position.
of them over there. I don't know what the fuck his partner's doing. I'm going.
Oh, they can die then.
As now Winston goes to join the rest of his teammates.
Skydive, he skydived.
Just over 25 minutes remaining.
Down here, you get a sniper, live marker.
as the Crusaders are starting
Fuck,
their
just missed it.
next game currently, but we're going to stay with the Roughnecks as they're a little bit further ahead.
All right.
As we'll catch up
Oh
with the
my God,
Crusaders
down him.
momentarily.
On, moving. Stay
As
together.
now they're inside the circle here. We'll see if they can kind of hold this area from that team moving back towards the right
Push out,
side.
Johnny.
Uh,
Yo.
A
Dropping in,
snipe
dropping in, dropping in.
on a
Heli
player
dropping
dropping
Three
in
dudes,
down
three
below.
dudes
A
just
full
dropped in.
team dropping
All
in
the
below.
mountain below. Let's get
Nice.
in police. Let's get in police.
As they're going to
Okay,
try to
come on,
move
please
towards the
go
police
down.
station,
Let's
hopefully
go.
get a little more
It's
ammo,
police. It's the highest
Let's go
point
down
right up
another.
here.
Let's go down another
and
one.
put themselves
Alright.
in a better spot. But
we
how
have
they're
better
going to
angles down here.
Yeah, but if
gather
they're
up on
already
the
coming
White
up,
House
we're
on
about
the
to
ridge
fucking hit 'em
side.
head on.
How's the fight? Guys coming up right here, right here.
as we shall see. There we go. More shots ringing out on the player coming
Back
up.
up, back
A
up.
lot of blood being
I
spattered.
downed him.
More
Guys,
shots
selfie.
ringing out with the
He's dead.
MP7.
Get inside. Hitting 3 plates.
Got him.
Second floor.
Yeah, me too.
Frag this window.
He's coming in.
Guy was
Copy.
down there before.
Get 7 more points with 1 more placement here.
Yeah, play very
Big on
smart.
heartbeat.
2 of them on me. Down here.
Where?
Down here where I marched. Little
Orange
red
marker?
hut. Little red hut. They're out in the back.
Snipe misses.
Let's
Gonna try to hit him again.
Oh, high on.
Misses
High on,
again.
high on.
One more time. How about this one?
Go.
All shield gone. Can he get it? Yes, he
One
does.
down.
Downs him. He's going to try to finish him quickly. Misses. As he has to
fucking got
reload
away,
the
man.
clip,
He's
they're going to
down.
have to move down
Down on the loadout.
to
behind the
get
brick
that
wall over there.
elimination.
Right
I don't
there,
know
right
if they're
there,
going to
on
be able
that
to
mark.
do it as he is rezzed.
Running.
Downed him again.
Yes.
And they downed him
Yes.
again.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
guys
no.
push
Keep
on
high
over.
ground.
Guy
Keep
on
high
the
ground.
right, guy on
Keep
the
high
right,
ground.
window
Keep high
there,
ground.
window
Keep high
there.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As that was a very tempting situation,
fucking
but they're
dude's
not
a
going to go
lucky
after
bitch.
that one.
Yeah.
Try to keep that high ground and play for the end
damn,
game
he's a
here.
bitch.
Smart rotate. Smart rotate. High.
Good kill right there.
As they were able to get
Fight
the
down
elimination.
Right there. Yeah, agree.
Now placement
These are
is the
dropping left to
biggest
right.
key here.
Come
And
down
try to
with
get to the high ground moving
Agree.
up
My guy might be up here.
to that northeast side here.
Nothing on baby.
Then we get high.
No, I agree with you. I'm
They're
going.
all going to have to work back down to the circle, but they're going to be able to work from high to low.
Take over a building down here too. Like this one.
Heal up if you got to. Everybody go
Patrolling
on
the area
shields.
first
I have
before they
no
find a
shield.
little more
You're-
comfort.
We should go for
In that rotation.
this building if we can.
Covering
Sean,
right
on
real
me.
quick,
Sean,
yeah.
on me. 3.
Yeah, I'm just covering right real quick. I'm coming. Got it. Not a good ridge, honestly. Right there might be our best spot. Oh, we gotta move down.
Yeah, I put it on green, I think.
Yeah, that building's our best bet.
Yeah, green. The
Might
one
have
with the, I agree, but the bounty one might be our first in. Be careful around the right people here.
There's going to definitely be people around us.
I'm gonna grab the
As they
bounty.
start their
Stay together,
descent
we
down the
definitely
hill,
have three, and there's not
Stay.
many other
trying to
2-3
find
coming.
that area here to get into the
Okay,
building they
looking right.
marked.
Me too.
Lots of windows, however. They're going to have to try to hold this up the best they can. See if they can find a way to keep the teams around
C4
them
here if someone needs it.
at a distance.
Good, I'm pulling.
As a few C4s from either
Good,
side
good,
could
good, right.
play a pivotal role in the demise of this team.
Everybody good on ammo? Hey, I'm dropping all my AR ammo if someone needs
They're going
any.
to have to continue down the hill
Pick up a little
here.
bit.
5 teams remaining. You need one more placement to get those 10 points of placement, and then after that, every placement will be worth 5 extra points. So
I
this
think
is where
we
things get
should.
interesting for this Roughnecks team.
Problem is if there's a team there. Yeah, I think we stay. I think we stay. I think we stay. I wouldn't even peek.
Where's this bounty?
And that bounty, it's on the roof. You can't get up there. Sniper's
We
out
gotta
there.
get 4th. We have to get to 4th. Big,
His sniper out there shooting.
we're gonna go left or right here, by the way.
I said we're going green in that house right in front of us.
So we're gonna rotate right here.
Straight ahead of us. Now, like just go. Bum rush.
Alright, I'm going.
Straight in.
Which door? Which door? What door? I'm getting ripped up from the
Yeah,
right.
it's from behind. We're good. Just go in.
Fine. Oh, I'm behind me too. Get it.
More shots ringing out. They're inside the building now. Trying to close the door.
I
Gets
hit
it.
my plates. There's on both sides of us.
Cluster strike incoming. However, they're inside, so they can
Yeah,
hold
we're
this
fine
spot.
inside, just there's people on
Oh,
both
you have
sides.
plates or no?
Yeah, I got plates.
Someone came up. No.
I'm on roof. I'm in roof. There's a sniper out there. There's a sniper out there, far east.
Careful, rock.
On me.
Shots as a player in the building, throws it, gets it down, trades it. Gonna have to finish the... Gets the thirst. He's gonna revive him quickly. Able to get him up. That's a good trade right there, folks.
No, we're fine. There's guys on that side of the door.
There's one more, right?
4 teams remaining.
I don't know.
I think it's selfie.
Guys on our right for sure. They're gonna be.
Yo.
I'm fine.
Brand new mask in hand.
I'm good. I'll carry those.
I'm dropping
Guys,
this
right there,
sniper.
Rob. Do we want to push right?
And
I have
another
a-
player
I have
dropping
a
a sniper
precision.
for
I have a
another
precision.
AR
Fine,
late
fine.
game.
Knock, he's one shot. Made 2. In the window.
Crawls in the window, gets downed as well. He has to win it.
I marked him, live marked him.
One player left.
Two of them.
That's all right. Stay alive. On your right, Rob. Don't force it too soon. On your right out that door. Careful. I'd go out a different door if you can.
Yeah, go out the right.
Maybe even left window. Oh god, he's right in your right.
You got this,
Stay
Rob.
here for a second.
Let him do it. He's got it.
As Bull is going to have to be
1-on-1.
the last remaining and try to come away with a win. He is one of those players on the MVP watch. Let's see if he can do the work here and put his team in a great position to come away with a win. P90 in hand.
Yeah, I gotta be on that roof for sure. Blue roof across from you.
Shots from afar, has to play open space, has to win the shot battle. Can't do it. That is a third place finish of their own. That's 15 in placement. Let's see how many they can get in eliminations.
Needed 39 there. We didn't get it, I don't think. Maybe.
19,
plus.
that is 34. And that 34 plus the 41 they put up before puts them at 75. And that made this one a whole lot more interesting. As we're going to switch back over to the Crusaders as another res happening here. However, it seems they're going to get that up. More shots ringing out to the right-hand side. More shots. This is a difficult hill to play on. Not the biggest crest that you can sit behind. However, they're going to be able to put the sappies back on, peek over the hill once more. All groused in hand. They must have already gotten their loadouts.
By where that first guy was? Did you down that guy to the left? Or
Trying to make sure that they can get that position that they
That's him.
comfortably like. As now they only hold a 5-point lead
He didn't die.
at this juncture. More shots ringing out, and that's an elimination early there.
Damn, can I go fucking put some shields on now, people? Thank you. Christ. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. This guy was a gulag dude.
to the left? Nah, he can't. He couldn't have been Gulag.
Shoot me with an AR, but I went
Hey,
over
was that a
there.
team wipe? Was that a team wipe?
No, it wasn't a team wipe. The dude was still crawling right here. I didn't get a team wipe. But.
I got two. I got two.
Some easy.
Oh,
Come
okay.
here. Yeah, I got him. Here, you can just take these.
Gas is closing. Get to the new
Jeez, I only
safe
got 2
zone.
kills. Yeah, that motherfucker downed me twice.
Well,
This is probably one of my favorite things about both these teams. The Crusaders' 3 brothers. So the communication between them,
bunch of guns in here. Snipers.
pretty clear and concise.
Oh, somebody right below us.
And the Roughnecks have been playing a lot together for a very long time, so their communication a little bit more aggressive in some of the manners they talk. However, always getting the point across and always on the same page.
Somebody at the store below us down here.
Every one of
Yeah,
the
he's in
players
front
in
door, he's in the
tonight's
front door, he's in the front door.
match
Down below.
more than enough
Yeah,
belief
he just ran.
in their peers here.
Crack the shield.
As high ground is being taken by Riughnecks work here, the team captain of the Crusaders. Shots coming from the top window, a down in one window. Gonna try to wall bang the situation
Hey,
here.
there were guys to our left. I heard gunshots to our left.
Another one, that's an elimination.
Yeah, you
More
saw
shots
it.
on the guy in the staircase.
I was waiting for him to crawl.
Enemy
Precision airstrike coming in, so he's gonna have to try to get to the bottom floor
Yeah, precision.
and stay safe for a second. Bathroom is always a safe bet. Sometimes staying towards windows and doors, sometimes
a lot of fucking money.
Hey, we should push
Doesn't
back.
exactly
Guys,
keep
don't
you
push
safe.
From our left and get us over these hills.
He's still up there. Peek, 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 peek.
Yeah.
another shot ringing out on, waiting on the peak there.
He's in this room right here.
Got movement.
Has 3 windows. At Riughnecks Works disposal here.
I just hit somebody with a claymore. I think that was yeah, it was in military.
Did guys will be coming over these hills. Hey, Mike, we can go. Oh, this is on hill as well. So we can go hit this, but
As now they will slide together
maybe the tower. Maybe the tower have a
and
chest.
try to play that right-hand side, going again
Oh, guys
towards
over
the
here,
dam.
firehouse.
I'll check around here. Delay that.
I just got bought back a firehouse.
No, this is all it.
Is it a truck? Humvee to our back over here.
Got movement.
Sliding up
Should
the
be
hill
coming on
now.
the road to you, Mike.
I don't see it yet. I don't see it.
Oh, team down here, team down here.
Hostiles in the area.
As we have a score update on our 8 p.m. match between Team Cutthroat and the Grumpy Pickles. Team Cutthroat putting a 5 up in their first one. Grumpy Pickles still without a score. We'll see how that transpires over the rest of our time here.
They're getting shot from the backside.
They go over the crest. Now they have the high ground.
Over there. Let's go.
Going down the hill, going back towards the military base.
So slow.
Shot from the side of this building.
Might not hit any of those.
He's inside in here. Broke him.
Down him.
And that's a down on the inside there. Is going to try to push up and in now. An elimination had. Very clean push from the Crusaders there.
$100, bro. Get out of here. Where'd the other one go? No, kill?
I got the one up top.
Yeah, I killed the one down here.
We got no fucking money. It's crazy.
There were guys somewhere down here. Over here.
How much time do we have? Oh, we're good. We're good. Let me check them real quick.
I'm pushing back up into the hills.
What's the score? 80.
Oh, we have enough for
80 to
shields?
75 right now, fellas. It's a close game.
This is probably the closest game that they have seen thus far.
$100 short.
Gulag just flew into here. Where I'm marked down here.
Never mind.
Mike, come
Got
on.
movement.
You got no fucking tools of money.
Now we got nothing.
I have a cluster strike.
And the
Good night.
Crusaders don't have any easier of a route in their next one,
11
as
teams
they will
left.
face off against the 6-1 Vienna Sausages in their
This is the
next
one of the
matchup.
last circles. I didn't realize that.
Vienna Sausages on
guys at
tap
Firehouse
to
over
possibly play tomorrow
This
night
dog is coming
against
all back to this
another
one.
good team, but has had a little bit of
Check-
trouble as
check
of
these
late.
ridge
The Big
lines.
Apes, who started off 4-0 but have been on a downward slide, now sitting at 4-3.
One dude.
There's two.
There's two of them. There's two of them.
I'm hidden behind him.
Got $1,200.
As Ruck does work not having the best of luck sniping, as we've seen him be very good with it in past matches.
Seriously.
Not having his best night with it tonight. However, let's see if he can hit some big ones moving down the wire as we approach the last 10 minutes. And this could potentially be their last match of the night. However, top 10 situation now. We'll see if they can squeeze one more match in to better their scores.
Got a shield turret. Yay.
Yeah, there was a team behind us at Firehouse, so they could definitely push up to us.
Shooting at those dudes.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
All right, yeah.
Are they pushing us? Oh, yep.
Yeah, they're pushing over toward us. At least
No,
one
it's
is.
two of them, two of them.
Nah, that's on two.
I said at least one.
Right here.
Copy that.
There. Excellent. It's at the top of the rock, though.
Wait, y'all get up there. Watch that. I'm gonna just watch over here.
I can't hit them.
How's that not hitting? How can you see his head clear as
I
day?
can't see it.
And the bullet just doesn't register. I have my crosshair literally in the middle of his head.
Oh, shit, yeah. Got him, got him.
That's a great snipe there, folks.
Got movement.
That was the little one we were looking
There's still
for.
one over there.
I don't know if they're going to be able to push this. However, again, finding the Crusaders on the edge of the map,
Should I put the shield turret in this
always keeping one side of them safe and making teams push in their direction.
Nah.
Oh,
Hell,
hell
what the fuck?
Boys ain't popping up no more though.
We're gonna have to.
Now top 8, top 7 will give them 7 points of placement. Continue their climb
We
here.
can play the waiting game. We got
As
time.
they are for sure gonna break that 100-point mark yet again for the 5th straight match. Gulag now closed. Another one where I don't believe any of their players went to the Gulag. All seem to have self-res as well. Gas masks and satchels
I'm gonna have to be ready for the pictures.
on deck.
They're in their last match right now.
Oh, we got a picture coming in right here.
We gotta get these 2 kills behind us.
There's a loadout
Yeah,
legit right here.
Over there.
All
Let's
right.
go.
I see him. He's sniping at me. He's right here in this house. I see one of you. But just so y'all know, that's all.
Hey, what are these guys gonna do? Quit out? What are they doing? Did they quit out? I don't know.
Damn, son, get up.
We're just waiting for these 2 guys. Oh, there they go.
There they go.
More shots ringing out from a distance here. That could be a very easy elimination.
Back on shield.
And there it is, folks. Those 2 had nowhere to go. And all they had to do was wait and hold them, gatekeeping. Those are 2 easy eliminations added to the Crusaders' total.
One of them watch your left.
Continuing on here.
Yeah,
You got guys up here
watch
in
out.
that house?
Got
Still?
movement.
Still having to
Yeah.
rotate inside the circle. 9 minutes remaining, 7 teams.
Right here.
Hostiles in the area.
Yeah, this is
One most likely will finish before those 9 minutes conclude. They'll be able to start one more before this one ends.
Where's he hitting you from?
Found him. Oh, he quit. I still gave me the kill, didn't it?
I don't know.
Mike, watch out. They're in this house right here, sniping.
Hostiles in the area.
Yep. He saw me. He didn't peek. Or he ran back.
Found him.
Let's go. Good kills.
More eliminations from distance. This is what they do well, folks.
8 people.
5 teams now, so top 4.
Just be careful.
Around the corner.
By somebody else.
More high ground being had by the Crusaders.
Hit him. There's 2 in there.
Holding this
I'm
edge.
gonna watch from the right.
Watch those hills. Watch those hills. Yeah, I'm pushing. I'm pushing like this way. Oh, I got guys down low. Guys down low.
Contact.
It's on the outside of the yellow house right here.
Enemy UAV overhead.
There they are right there. They're in the yellow house. They're in the yellow house. Come out. We can hit them once they have to cross the road.
And another gatekeeping possibility here.
Got gas
Holding this edge.
Oh shit.
There he is, sniper up, looking at him as well.
He's back at the back.
This
fence.
could be a battle here, folks. Ruck having the hand. Having the
Can't really miss
upper
that
hand in
shot.
this battle here.
Oh, GG.
Less than 10 enemies remain.
We need this.
7 dudes left besides us.
3 teams remaining.
Probably gonna push down low over here.
Yeah.
Hostiles in the area.
Yeah, I don't know where they
Looking
go.
down at the yellow house. They have high ground on that team, high ground on the team behind.
Over here.
Where? Oh, okay.
4 players.
I don't fucking see him.
Possibly a 2 and 2 or a 3 and a 1 they have to deal with here.
Got the gas.
Oh, I see him. I see him.
There's a team right
Gas
here.
is inbound. Marking new
Couldn't hit the
safe
snipe. They're going to try to move to that ridge.
Play slow. We don't
Yeah,
need
Ruck does work, finding himself in a tough situation. However, he's going to try to
They're fighting.
slide over to the left-hand side. Those teams are now fighting. They're going to try to move towards it.
That's the last 2 teams.
Player going down.
Wait for them to come
3v3.
over the hill.
More high ground being had by the Crusaders. 1 player going down. C4 ringing out.
targets remain.
Self-res coming. EOD hit. 1 player downed. 2v2.
Good shit.
And that is another win for the Crusaders.
Make sure you get pictures of the kills.
As that is 25 points there.
So fun. Damn, that was a low kill.
25 points for the win. And now we'll just wait for the eliminations to be shown.
42, you said? And then we'll try and beat that third place finish. Yes, sir. I got a shotgun and beer.
No, never. Yeah, we'll do it after. No, I meant like this whole entire thing.
I thought you meant one this.
Yes, now we're just gonna wait here for that elimination total.
Do a picture of the victory. Let's get us out. Alright,
Yeah,
let's
go. I got it.
As they got the elimination picture, so they're gonna send those pictures in, and we'll be able to put that total up on the board momentarily as we continue to wait.
Just quit.
There was actually a lot of
Quit.
people here.
Quit.
As now they'll go into their
6
last
minutes.
game here, so this will most likely be the last for each of these teams.
It was like 14.
He just won, by the way. I didn't see how many kills.
Gotcha. Let's worry about getting in a good game before we.
So the Crusaders were able to have a 21 elimination win. That is a total of 46 points. And that brings their total
Time is it?
to 126 on the night. Now both of these teams entering their last matches here. 126, the highest total for the Crusaders team thus far. 126 to 75.
Well, that's
The
120.
Roughnecks have not been able to put up a third score quite yet. So this being their last game, this is going to be
Excuse me.
I'm more than that.
the one that decides if they will come away with the win here. As if it were to stand right now, this Crusaders team
52.
currently leading by 51. They'll need a
So a win in
52
fucking 27.
point
27.
game to come away with the win
We
here.
gotta play aggressive. I mean, we don't have to
don't
jump
have to-
aggressive necessarily, but we gotta play.
Yeah,
we
you
gotta
don't have.
play
We don't
bounty.
have to jump aggressive. We need to get our guns, and then we can play aggressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
As they will need a 27
So,
kill
I think we go military
win
again.
to
Yeah,
pass
I'm fine with
this
that.
Crusaders
It's our
team. A
comfy
33,
spot.
47,
It's
and a
gonna have
46
teams, but it's not gonna be
the three
fucking
scores
retarded, and we're gonna be ready
for the
for it, not
Crusaders. As we get another score
watching other
update,
stuff and doing whatever.
as the
together
Pickles
and get
now
work.
logging in their first score in their battle against Team Cutthroat, leading 16 to 5,
I think we thought there wasn't going to be any.
as they are about a half hour
Trying to go down to win.
into their match.
Yeah, I didn't realize the guy might
No,
go
no,
in.
no.
We're going to take a quick break here again.
I mean,
Give
I
it
should've
1
had,
second
I
here.
literally- I should've stuck
Enjoy the
with guy.
showcase
I had
here,
2 shots in my Odin, I probably would've won
as
that.
we'll be back after this.
How many people?
Does, oh boy, what a packable decision that was. Good. Yeah, get another one. Make that eliminated. Who else next? Push gold in his plate strong. Another player coming to the win. Like sure. Excuse me, cluster strike. Gonna have that now. We're gonna on him. Trying to get over the hill. That's another elimination. That's another down along the ridge side. Multiple kills. That's a win. 25. That might be the high. That's 20. And we're back here going into the action with Rico's Roughnecks here. Trying to make sure that they're in a good situation.
Right at the top of the hill there.
On the video. Thank you, Cushy. I appreciate you, bud.
Trying to find an AR.
I'll be able to fix that right now, even though it won't be shown probably anymore tonight. I'll be able to fix that quite quickly.
I got a green node and I'll fucking rock for now. Fuck it.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we gotta go to this
If we go for the
team.
bounty, we gotta go now.
Oh, yeah. I'm cool with that.
I'm moving.
Storm is gonna be coming in, and then we gotta. They're moving. It looks like.
Should be.
I got them still sitting on the buy.
Yeah, they're still over there.
You guys coming? They're
Moving
moving
left.
a little bit. Towards that building looks like.
They're moving away. They're going down here.
Take a more direct line on them. Yeah. In that building, actually.
As this will most likely be the last game. Yes, it will be, as the
Y'all see
8:30
running
mark
into
has
the
now hit.
little
90
building
minutes
and
are
one
up.
in the middle.
This will be the last match for the Roughnecks
One's in the
here.
middle, right? Yep.
Can I get them?
They
they're
will
already
need a
outside.
52-point
Separated. One's further
game
back.
here to
Oh, yeah, I
come
got
away
this
with the
guy.
victory.
Tony,
Yeah,
Tony,
people.
Tony,
Up the hill.
Take the lead
I'm going up top right.
Right here.
as the
Guy running
Crusaders
right
currently sit at 126. Shots ringing out right now from a distance. Odin
God,
in
the Odin
hand.
is ass
Got him
cheeks.
down. First on that.
As it is good from mid-range, but tough from distance, as that recoil is pretty heavy. However, the bounty is complete. Little bit money ringing in.
Guy is fucking laser. Out there. Sorry, further
Yeah,
back.
I see him. I see him. Just fall back. I don't have a gun to fight that, Rob. I'm
Above me,
a-
right here, on top of me, live mark.
Oh, you're up again?
I can't get you.
Yeah, we're too far away.
We can buy you back though.
Yeah. No, I know, but I have an Odin. Like,
Get
if
the
I
bounty
push
there?
that, I'm gonna die. Yeah, we got the money.
No, I agree. We have the bounty, right? Okay.
Yeah, we got the bounty. Go back in
I
military.
couldn't even
Oh,
hit
I
that
like
dude.
Now we'll stay with this
Laser
Roughnecks
had to reach
team.
people.
There's two dudes, or there's a team still in
As
military.
this is the last game that matters for now. As this last match started before the Crusaders started theirs, so this one will most likely finish beforehand, giving us a
What the
good
fuck was
understanding
that?
of where this game sits.
Yeah.
That was literally.
Fucking got laser. God damn it, I should have had it. Got
We
one
gotta
shot
get
at
Sean
that.
up anyway. Come on.
And the player losing another gulag there.
Got me on free aim.
7 for 9 on the
Just
night.
remember, dudes
Winston
from
only going to
military are
2.
probably coming.
That player now appearing in 4, winning half of them. The other is 3 for 3. Or, sorry, 3 for 3 in Winston being 2 for 2.
We got separated there again.
Yeah. Third guy was further up the mountain than I was even. He was like back on the right.
This team probably having the money after getting that bounty. So hopefully being able to revive their teammate right now. Yes, they do. And now they are at full strength.
Yeah, come. Need some ammo too if you can leave it. We going for that bounty or what?
There's teams probably coming from military, so a pretty long run as well.
Bounty. Yeah, that was, yeah, I like the other bounty.
Let's go to
that you
the
marked, yeah.
other one. There's gonna be people here.
As he finds an M4.
Triangle
Popular
Michon.
early round weapon there. So now we're going to move on. We want to say thank you again for tuning in. A pretty good turnout here as Ammo League play underway, as the Crusaders and the Roughnecks have not disappointed. 126 points, the second highest total thus far through the season, and 75 with 1 game remaining here for the Rico'S Roughnecks,
Can't see where the other guy is.
as the Crusaders look to stay unbeaten. The Roughnecks look to improve to 6-2. However, they find themselves a little bit behind here, needing a 52-pointer here. That would be an equivalent to 27 eliminations
Hold this guy off.
and a win.
Yeah, I agree. You need to start moving left, I think, to get that, but I'm gonna hit this real quick.
Full ammo down below.
Eric, you want to say thank you? GG to both teams so far, he says.
Picking up a rocket
Thank you for
launcher.
tuning in. We appreciate you stopping by here, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the match tonight. And if you're looking
Go.
for more Ammo
rocket
League
launcher.
action, please
Triangle.
tune into our other matches, as we
Where at?
currently have
Right up here.
the Grumpy Pickles and Team Cutthroat facing off right now on their channels, respectively. At 10 p.m., we have the Sharpshooters and Team Pup and Suds. If you're looking for a very good player, Arsenal, one of the top elimination players, as well as top players regardless, belonging to Team Pup and Suds. And running off the
We're just
night
sitting in the
at
middle
11
of the
p.m.,
fucking-
Team
Someone's getting shot
Hypernova
from
looks to
behind.
continue on their hot streak as they face off against the 1-6 Cowboys. Still looking to get hot. Can't seem to find their way.
Pull-
However,
pull
they
out a
fit.
rocket
They will
launcher,
play
Bull.
tonight at 11 p.m.
Other one's right here. Live marking.
Another player down here, RPGs in the
Behind
direction
you, Bull,
of
behind
that.
you, Bull.
I need help. I got two
I'm
down.
fucking coming. There's behind you. I'm fucking running. Shooting rockets.
As
at
they're
this
going to
dude's
try to
bullshitting
move
you.
up
On me right here. Right here, right here.
into the action here.
Yep, right there.
Thirst
Where
at
at, where
him. 2 players remaining. They got the elimination.
Cash Jeff. Let me buy it back real quick. Oh, no, that's fine. That's, one right here, though.
Able to have a little bit of money on hand. However, they lose another player, so they're going to have to dish it out to bring him back.
Listen, we gotta get this load out.
Thanks for commenting, Eric. It's my pleasure, as this Ammo League action has been thrilling to say the least thus far, and we hope for more as the season progresses.
They're across the way there.
Again, if you're new to Ammo League action here, as we watch Rico's Roughnecks gather enough money to bring their lost teammate back, Ammo
yeah.
League season is
I have
12
UAV as
matches.
well.
That's 2 matches for each team a week. So about 6 weeks this will go.
do you
Only a
mean?
few more weeks remaining.
Looking at me. They're looking at me. I can't
Ultimately
get it.
leading to an 8-team playoff. The playoff scenario series information will be leaked rather soon, so we'll wait for that before we can kind of give information on how that will pan out.
There, 2 up top.
However, that will go over about 2 weeks, and then we will have an all-star game to follow.
We're gonna have
Top
to play
8
this really
players
smart.
featured
No,
in
he's
that
skydiving,
one,
he's skydiving, he's skydiving.
mixing up the
Guys on
teams, and that should be a lot of fun to watch as well.
Guys on this building, that two
Has
guys
a little bit of bragging rights to be had in that one. So stay tuned.
Just ball it back. Someone just ball it back.
They just bought on it. They just bought on it.
Play smart here, because this other team's gonna fucking come too.
One running by.
Cracked.
As great shots from the Grau out in distance. This is not the Grau that he normally carries. However, a Damascus or gold skin here, and continue to move on inside this building.
Shooting at somebody else when
Agreed. He's in the building. He's in the warehouse. He's in the warehouse.
Shots ringing off. He gets downed. That is not good for this Roughnecks team. Gonna have to hide out, and hopefully his teammate can win the one-on-one battle here and bring him back.
Hell. He's pushing back behind now.
As now team captain Winston is now gulag bound. P90 and or Ogdenhan is going to move to the right-hand side. Right spawn, sliding up that right-hand side, getting shot. A little
Shooting before
peek
you
around the
go
corner.
Shit.
Can't react quick enough. That leaves 1 player remaining for this Roughnecks team, as he has plenty of money to revive 1 player. However, he's going to have to get them all. And they're going to have to get plenty of eliminations in the end of this one to give them their team a chance.
I'm fine losing. I'm fine losing at this point. Trying to get something back. Rather just go for the revive and the win and the kills. Winston, how much cash did you die with?
9,700.
I'm getting him up.
Oh yeah, buy him back. Drop straight down.
As he revives team captain Winston back, trying to get as much money together as possible to revive their last teammate and putting them back to full strength as they look to make one final push here. We'll see if they can put it together This has been a really rough start in their last match here.
Wait, do you guys have enough? 48.
Yeah.
As on the other side, I'm sure the Crusaders are trying to duplicate or replicate, rather, the amazing week that Roughnecks had last match, where 131 points in the first team to win their 3 games that they put into their total.
No,
131 is also the high thus far through season play.
I don't know how many there were. It'd be good kills if we had.
This doesn't necessarily look
For the Crusaders to reach that 131 points, their low score currently is a 33.
I got a chest on me.
So they will need a 6 points higher than 33. So they only need a 39 pointer at least to pass that 131 mark.
I got an Odin.
I don't know which side.
Right.
Another player down in space here. He is done, but he will go to the gulag.
To the left, to the left.
As they finish that elimination. Definitely bringing in eliminations, but just losing a lot of players in the process here. MP7 in hand. That is what he normally carries when he has his loadout. So they're going to look for this last player. They need the eliminations.
I see 4. Hit him in there to the right.
Hit him on there. I thought I got him on the left. He just moved down. He moved down the stairs. Moved down another one. There's 2 in there. Fuck that. I'm dead, dude. Fuck, there's 2 in there. We're dead. Run City. I mean, they play high ground.
Bounce.
As it comes down to team captain Winston trying to keep this one alive. And
What?
can't do it.
Damn, GG's, Rock.
GG's, boys. Didn't have it tonight.
Nope.
As that'll do it, as they're going to submit that final
Submit
score.
That other game. There wasn't a placement, but it's at least kills.
As that'll be put into the score, so they'll have a score on deck at
I don't know
least.
which picture it is, though.
I don't know if you have it.
I took one.
As they'll probably put in their elimination game of 9 eliminations earlier tonight.
No, I think it was 9 kills.
And there it is. So you're going to have that added on to their
6, 2, and 1
total. As we'll wait for that to come through. And while that does, we're going to switch over to our winners of this match tonight here. The Crusaders finishing out their last match actually at the prison, a place that not a lot of teams actually end up. So very interesting here. So we'll see how this one goes.
I got 150, 2 of them. There's 250 meters. We're gonna be right above us over here. Oh, Winston said GG fellas gonna get a 3rd game together.
Yeah, we're looking to finish ours though. For the final end up being.
Helicopter coming in. Yeah, we won. Go.
Hey, we're trying to break their record. They got 131 last week.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
I hear something.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. There's just one guy.
Right above him. He's literally right here above him.
Got movement.
As it's kind of heartbreaking for the Roughnecks as they had high intentions. They put up that 131 this week. You're sitting at a very good spot. However, it's on any given night. You can go down, you can win.
One dude in the helicopter too.
So their night ends with an 84-point total. A very, very good total. It's not good enough to keep up with this Crusaders team. Now 5
Getting ready to land right here. Yeah, he's landing.
matches in a row with 100 plus. 126 here so far.
Make sure you crouch when you come in there.
Chasing that 131 record set by the Roughnecks last week against Earth of Foxes.
Just grab something. Wait, come
This will be the 2nd highest total
Oh, really?
thus far in league play.
Yep. Oh, yeah, snake shots. Hell no.
Their highest total
This
so
is their
far.
teammate that I just
So
downed
as
earlier.
this were to stand, the Roughnecks would be at 131 as the highest score. 126 would be the 2nd highest.
They started it.
followed by another Crusaders score of 121, another Crusaders score of 119, another Crusaders score of 117, and then another 116 also by the Crusaders. So the Crusaders have been the high point getters thus far, and they look to continue their onslaught next match as they face the currently 6-1 Vienna Sausages.
They're still above me.
As these two back-to-back games are definitely their toughest
I'm down one of
two
them with the
opponents
helipad right here. He tried to run through me.
as have been shown thus far through Ammo League play.
Ooh.
Now in a top
Literally
15
right
scenario here,
If you can buy a clutch, then that'd be done for. Mike, just watch that.
this
Mike,
team
don't
is
go up that
looking
ladder.
for a 39-point game here. That will break that 131 as their current low score is the 33.
Are they looking right at you?
Oh shit, I almost killed myself.
Whoa, there's one down here? How many times can you self-buy? Good one. One right there above you on your
What
right.
move?
No, this guy's still up here.
Oh, he flew? Did he fly away?
Where is it? Oh, there's a dude up there with
On me. Got one, got one.
Taking fire over here.
There's still a loadout here, so.
And he did not go down there. Luckily, I'm not quite sure how he withstood that barrage. However, he goes around the corner now, holding this edge. Part of the prison that not a lot of people know about. More shots, and there he is. He could not find that player. Player was holding that edge there. And now we have our first gulag we see of the Crusaders side. Of course, coming in extra time. Og in hand, moving to the right-hand side of his back spawn. More shots ringing out, and that's in a quick elimination there. As they both move to that same side of the layout. And Ruck does work, will head back to play, going down to that loadout.
Gas is inbound. Mark the new safe zone. Friendly loadout drop on the way.
Glenn,
I'm gonna
what's up,
Jay
Glenn?
would be like, run me my fucking money.
Glenn.
Drop the Damascus sniper here, Mike.
Found a sniper rifle if you need it.
Hey, Mike, do you need my money for a loadout or any, or a kill streak?
That or armor. I don't have any armor.
Hey, see where that recon takes this bullet bullets.
Got some extra cash here.
Oh, here it is.
What the hell?
Anybody need this? Objective is to eliminate the bounty target.
Coat.
Get everything they need here. Top 10 situation now.
Closing in.
This is an interesting ass.
Bounty target is down. Well done.
Alright.
As they get the bounty poached, so a little bit more money in their pocket. Trying to set themselves up to break that record of 131, needing a 39 to get there. Let's see if they are able to do it.
I'm going all the way up top to see if I can snipe.
You think I can hit that helicopter with this Joker all the way over here?
If you can lock on it, yeah, you can.
It should, yeah.
Does it tell him that he's getting shot at? Let's see.
Yeah, it will eventually.
He jumped.
His teammates down there.
As now we're just waiting for this match to conclude, so we can officially give these guys the win. However, these guys approaching top situation here, hitting snipes from the high ground again. Another down from space. Growl ringing out shots, looking for the snipe, and that's another one.
Resin. That's your kill. That's your kill.
Another elimination there, and that's a third team wipe right there, folks. As it seems, no matter where this Crusaders team lands, they seem to have players rotating to them.
Seltzer, baby. Gonna shotgun it after the game.
And look at this guy down here, Mike. He's on the inside, he's doing it. Oh, don't know if he's alright.
Contact.
That's 300 meters away.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. If we stand still again, if we stand still again, let's hit him.
Relocated.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Oh,
It's like cockroaches.
As you can hear them a little bit more laid back now, knowing that they have the win.
There's one right here.
Friendly loadout drop on the way.
Peek, 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 peek.
Oh my god, no, he's got an air.
Excuse me.
He's got an air right here.
Yeah.
He's going for the blowout. Yo, yeah, this guy's on the
Down
loadout.
him, down him.
And that was an easy down there, folks. Watching from the prison.
Same on this rock.
And more eliminations with the snipers from distance. They don't let any teams really come close to them. Staying at a distance, using their snipers to their greatest ability.
You're losing ground. Enemy UAV
As he looks for this player hiding in the tall grass here.
He's here somewhere. Oh, shit, you scared me.
Here, I got it.
Friendly personal radar overhead.
Yeah, I got him right here below you, Mike.
I see one.
I don't fucking see him. Down them, down them.
And that's a down right there, just with C4 and a player trying to hide away.
Crazy.
He's self-bombing in some areas.
And finally gets the
He had all
elimination.
black on too, so it's hard to see him. I have 1 kill with 1,400 damage.
Now approaching close to the win scenario here.
Hunt them
Hold on,
down.
the freaking kill title. We gotta get a win here to, unless we get a lot more kills. People over here at this gas station.
Gas is closing in.
Hey,
Relocating
there's
the
still
safe
box
zone.
here, so somebody can still hit this.
Take what you need.
Only 14 eliminations with the
Push out,
win
push
needed
out.
Oh shit, where's
to
my
break
AR?
that record.
There it is.
Let's see if they're able to complete
Put it
this
in my
here.
prison wallet.
I put in my...
On me, on me, on me, on me. I hear him in the bushes. One left. My kill! I knew I heard that dirty bugger.
Alright, let's get this. Two teams left, 2 teams left. That 3, that... Oh, that-
Oh,
what the fuck?
Enemy UAV overhead.
that's 3 people.
You're losing ground.
We got high ground, so play as high ground.
Gas station. There's so many bushes. Oh my Lord, have mercy.
As they just hold this high ground scenario here.
Hello there, Mike. How you doing over here? What are you doing? Why are you hiding over here? No, get away, Mike. It's mine.
As they exchange shots, Ruck does work, eventually becoming the victor of that battle.
Oh, right. I got him.
One left.
As 2 teams remain,
Downed him.
3v1.
He was self-5.
And that'll be another win, as that was probably one of the easier wins I have seen.
Kill streak, or kill score point record. Fuck, I can't talk. Let's go, bitches.
As we will wait for
So we'll submit that one.
the point total. And that'll probably cross off their 33.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. It's 15 plus 25.
And that would be 40, and that gives them a 133 if that stands.
Them boys is here.
As we will check and see if that
What's that bring us to?
number stands.
Touch that bad boy.
Yes, that'll bring them to 133, as that was a 40-point game. So
That final brings us to, what's up? Yeah, it's my boy Glenn. Yes, sir. Oh, hey, we got to shotgun that beer real quick. Huh.
And here we are, folks, going to put that total in there. And so that is our final for the night. The Crusaders ultimately pulling away from the competition
I need the picture from the
in the final 133 to 84. A good night of Ammo League action, and it only continues on other teams' channels. Currently, we have the Grumpy Pickles facing off with Team Cutthroat. You can catch those on their respective channels. At 10 p.m., we have the Sharpshooters against Team Pup and Suds. And then at 11 p.m., Team Hypernova facing off with the Cowboys. Again, we want to say thank you for tuning into Ammo League Play. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you next time. Take care.
Yeah, buddy.
Price. Something's wrong with the desk.
Gas is closing in. We need to exfil now. Yo, this a war zone, homie. Say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what the clap. Homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud where the vision saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep. Make them fear me. This a war zone. Trashed out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing. Thank the Lord, oh, how I'm living. See me riding with my top down. Oh, cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.